Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Friedrich Nietzsche. Man is a rope stretched between animal and the Ubermensch, a rope over an abyss. The death of God concerns Nietzsche. And with the death of God, I mean that the Enlightenment made it so much harder to make a good case for God's existence. And this word Nietzsche, he had the foresight to understand what kind of chaos this could bring. A value system collapsing. A confused age where people could no longer tell up from down. The solution that Nietzsche proposes is the Overman, the Ubermensch, the Superman, the next step in human evolution, but he also fears that instead we might actually see the transformation into what he calls the last man. So who is this Ubermensch, the Overman? Well, to become the Overman, you need to transcend the established morals and the prejudices of human society and create your own purpose and your own values. And this is a person who is ready to sacrifice everything and risk it all for the advancement of humanity. And then on the other hand, we have the last man. The last man is what Nietzsche feared would become of Western man. Imagine a person lying on the couch with a bowl of chips on his pot belly, totally immersed in a game of Candy Crush after a long Pornhub session. Despite pleasures and comfort, his life is totally empty and miserable, and there you have him, the last man. So what about the book? It's written in a biblical style. It's full of parables, analogies and mythical imagery, and we get to follow a character called Zarathustra. He's like this Jesus figure, or Muhammad. He has retired to a cave on top of a mountain, and he's been there for 10 years. And one day he grows weary of all his wisdom, and he decides to descend the mountain and tell the regular folks, you and me, what he have learned during this time. And it's not an easy read. Just like a paralyzed person would need a stair lift to get to the top floor, I needed some help to even get to the vicinity of Nietzsche's ideas. I had to study dozens of YouTube videos that try to dissect each chapters. I will put a link down below to the series that I followed that was really good with Caleb Beers. You should check out his channel. So I needed to seek counsel from all these armchair philosophers in order to just gain a base level understanding of this book. And I actually cherished that process. It made the experience so much better. I was reading it alone for some time and I didn't really get it. Then I started to follow Caleb's reading of it, where they dissected each chapter, and it was really fun. Like for each chapter, and there's tons of chapters in this book, they're really, really short. And for each like 5 minutes chapter, they had a 1 hour podcast dissecting it. And some of these chapters, they hold so much wisdom. The ideas are really bold. There's something in the language of Nietzsche that just makes some of his points go home in a really, really strong way. Quote, "To give birth to a dancing star, you need chaos in your soul." It's said that Nietzsche wrote this book in only 10 days in a burst of creative madness, quote, and it's clear that he didn't revise his work very carefully, end quote, and it took me 2 months to read it. This is actually the hardest book I've read so far, and it's a good preparation for reading the Bible, which I'm planning to do later this year. If you're new to Nietzsche, then this is not a good starting point. Start with the birth of tragedy. Start with the birth of tragedy. That's where I started. It's a shorter book. It's not a simple read either, but it's short and it's easy to understand. And yeah, I will let you know when I know a good starting point for Nietzsche. I still got a ton of value out of it. It gave me the confidence to understand that I can get through advanced works like this. Some of the chapters, like tarantulas, there's plenty of them. There are chapters that I will go back to further down the line. I can imagine myself reading this again in 10 years when I've gone through some Schopenhauer, maybe some other Nietzsche books like Beyond Good and Evil is on my radar. So yeah, it was a hard read, super duper hard, but it was worth it in the end. Enough of me babbling. Thanks for listening, and check out Thus Spoke Zarathustra if you want a real challenge, or if you're a Nietzsche fan. I'm back again next week with more book reviews on philosophy, psychology, human nature, human potential, all that good stuff. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment below what is the most challenging read you have taken on so far. See you next week with more book reviews. Björn out. Bye.